Hi family, hola familia. My name is Jackie Woods, mi ama es Jackie Woods, and this is Live, Learn, Grow. Y este es Vivir, Aprender y Crecer. Welcome back to another day. Bienvenido de nuevo para otro día. Every day we start with our rules and our value statement. Todo día decimos nuestras reglas y nuestras declaración de valor primero. And we have 3 rules. Tenemos 3 reglas, and they are to be kind, to be respectful, and to do your best to be your best self. En español es sé amable, sé respetuoso y haz tu mejor esfuerzo para ser tu mejor yo. And then for our value statement, nuestra declaración de valor, you guys can repeat after me, or you can say it with me, or you can do neither, and that's fine. Puedes repetirme o hablar conmigo o nada, nadie, y eso está bien. But it goes like this, and I'm going to do English first and then Spanish. I am strong. I am brave. I can use my mind to be thoughtful, imaginative, respectful, and kind. My creativity is powerful. My ideas can change the world. I am awesome and fantastic. My life has purpose and value. And then we put our hands over our heart and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Shalom. Entonces en español es soy fuerte, soy valiente, puedo usar mi mente para ser reflexivo, imaginativo, respetuoso y amable. Mi creatividad es poderosa, mis ideas para cambiar el mundo. Soy increíble y fantástico. Mi vida tiene un propósito y un valor. Y pon tus manos sobre tu corazón. Inhalé por la nariz y exhalé por la boca. Shalom. And shalom is a word in Hebrew that means peace. Shalom es una palabra en hebreo que significa paz. Decimos eso para hablar sobre nuestras vidas y nuestros días. We say that to speak it over our lives and over our days. And then every week we have a theme. Toda semana tenemos un tema. And every day we have a practice or a takeaway for that theme. Todo día tenemos una práctica por un tema, para un tema. And so this week's theme is be content, está contento. And yesterday was just an introduction, so feel free to go check that out because this is part 2 of Be Content, parte 2 de Está Contento. Last week was part 1, and that was to be content with yourself. This week is to be content with your life. Está contento con tu vida. Es esta semana, un tema de esta semana. And so, like I said, yesterday was just the introduction, but today we have like an actual practice, something I hope that you guys can use. Sorry, just saw a mosquito maybe. I hate them. Sorry, just got distracted by a possible mosquito. I'm allergic, so when I think I see one, I kind of have to make sure that it doesn't come near me, but now I don't know what it was or where it went, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, so today's practice is to be kind, to show kindness, and also to show thankfulness or gratitude. And so I came up with some activities to help actually put this practice into practice. So like practical use. And if you guys don't know what the word practical means, that's okay. You can ask someone or you can look it up. It's spelled Practical, practical. If anyone else wants to know, this is also the word content in English. In Spanish, you just add an O at the end, and it's contento, which means content. Anyways, a quick tangent. I hope you guys like these activities. Tell me how they go. You can email me at the contact information I always put in the description, or send me pictures of how yours turned out. But here we go. So our first one is the kindness box. All you need for this is a tissue box, construction paper, glue, or tape. So before you begin gluing or taping anything, make sure that you measure where to cut so that the construction paper fits the box, which I messed up on, which you'll see later. But for the most part, I did okay. And it doesn't have to look perfect anyways, because the point is to share and spread kindness. So yeah, but like I said, just make sure that you're measuring before you cut. That was the side. This is the bottom of the box, which will actually kind of end up being the top of the box later, as you'll see. And measuring the ends, if you will. And then you're just gonna glue everything together. I start by putting everything in the corners and then putting some around the edges a little bit, just so that I know it's going to stick, but there's not a bunch of glue in the middle when I want to write or decorate. This is the part where I messed up, but that's okay. It turned out a better idea than it had started out. If there's any excess, make sure you cut it away, and then make sure you cut the little part in the middle, but not too much, because then it's not safe for your hands or anyone else's hands to go in. And then you can decorate it any way you want. I always like to leave a little space for explanation. This says, "This is the kindness box. Take one or leave one, or both. Spreads and smiles. P.S. No profanity, please." And profanity is a big word that means cuss words and stuff. This next craft is the same idea, but I just called it a jar of smiles instead of the kindness jar. You can call it whatever you want. So for this, all you need is a jar and glue, or tape, or tape. I use both. You can use whatever size jar you want. I like to use these ones because if you peel off that part, it's sticky already. And then you can just put your paper around where the sticky part is, and you don't need that much glue or tape, and it will stay on for a really long time, because I did this at my school as well, left one in the teacher's lounge, even though not that many people use it, and that was okay. And I don't like to waste, so I just use the scrap for the lid, and I make the indentation with the lid, so I don't have to do any extra measuring or anything like that. And I just glue it on top, along with some tape to make sure it stays. And then, like I said earlier, you can just decorate any kind of way you want. What I like about both of these crafts is that there's something you can do by yourself or with a group, and then they can be used for just yourself or for the whole group. Next are the notes of kindness and smiles themselves. I'm just doing this to give you an example of sizing and ideas of what you can do to get it started, or when you want to add some to someone else's jar or box. This is one of my favorite sayings. I don't know why. I think it's because I imagine bees with their knees, but it says, "You're the bee's knees." And then you'll see in a little bit that I draw I draw a bee, and it has a little arrow pointing to its knees that says bee's knees. So you can make it cutesy, or it can be simple. You don't have to use construction paper or markers, because the point is to spread kindness to other people and also to yourself. It's not weird to write nice things to yourself either. I like to think that I'm the bee's knees sometimes. So. The cards can also be quite small, and they don't even need to be fancy like this one. It just says, "You are a cutie." This last craft or activity is something that I figured out when I was working for the YMCA one summer, and I wanted to give the kids cards as they were leaving. So you start with this sticky note, again on some scrap paper if you want, to measure it out like we did with the box. And then you're gonna cut not where you put the measure marks, but a little bit around it because you wanna leave space to write around the sticky note. Cut off any excess if you want. But you just wanna make sure that it's as square and as neat as possible once you begin. Once the sticky note is on there, you're gonna make sure it's as centered as possible because you're gonna tape it down or glue it down, even at the top part, just because if someone's gonna keep this for a while, you don't want it to unstick. And then you can, again, decorate it however you want. I'm making mine as an example for my mom. So in the middle, I put the name or title of the person I'm giving this to. And then I decorate the edges with nice little messages or pictures, whichever one you like. So in the corner I put Ima, that's mom or mother in Hebrew, and that's what I call her. And I also wrote, I love you, you make me smile. And then I put thank you because my mom does a lot for me, really for our whole family. She's really awesome and nice, and she supports me a lot. So I love you, Ima. All right. Those were our activities for our practice. Again, remember that our practice is to show kindness and show thankfulness. No sé en español, pero creo que es sé amable, demonstrar amable y demostrar agradecido. Es una práctica de hoy por estar contento con tu vida. Before we end, I wanted to say something about something I said yesterday, and that was about like if you are in unsafe situations, si eres en situaciones de peligroso, I wanted to let you know that in the description down below, I'm going to leave some information, like website or phone numbers, just in case you or someone you know could use some help. Just because we want you, like I said yesterday, we want you guys to be safe, but I didn't want to say like to be safe and to get yourself out or find help somewhere and then not even give you, the possibility or option to do so. So if you or someone you know could use some help, I hope that information down below is useful. But anyways, that got serious, which is okay. But that was our video for today. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Keep living, learning, and growing. Big hearts, and I will see you next time. Bye. Recuerde seguir viviendo, aprendiendo y creciendo. Grandes corazones. Y nos vemos la próxima vez. Adiós. Yes, I'm about to go into giggles again. I come up, my mouth doesn't work.